Do you know why America has all of the ills that it does? And not just America, the whole world, for that matter. But more respectably, America right now, the topic of this discussion, this brief discussion, if you want to call it a discussion, it's actually a monologue and not a dialogue. It's from me to you, but I want to get you to think. The reason that we have all of the issues that we have in America, such as hostility between races or racism, white supremacy, wars across the globe, in Afghanistan and in the Middle East in general, all types of things that America has involved itself in that it shouldn't be. The so-called, what they call it, a Cold War between the United States and Russia, and then North Korea issues as far as nuclear armament and things of this sort. And then, even closer to home, people being shot down and murdered by lunatics in schools and theaters and so on and so forth. Why? No God. That's why. Yes, the real reason that we go through the things in this so-called country, this continent called North America, more specifically America, is because there's no God. Does God, the Creator, the Almighty, the Omnipotent, exist? Of course He does. But America does not acknowledge Him as a whole. There's only splinter groups, a pocket full of individuals. And as I've said in the previous video, if it were not for those few people that are connected with the Creator, America would have burned down a long time ago. That's the glue that holds this place together. But as it relates to government, as it relates to people in power, Congress, the Senate, the President, all of the people that are responsible, the judicial system, the so-called Federal Reserve System, these people don't worship and honor the Creator. All they think about is this stuff called money. That's it. And power. And more power. And how does the expression go again? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. That's how America has been since its inception. Who has the most, and how can I get more of what I have in terms of world conquest even? God has been removed, or Christ, or Jesus, Yeshua, from the school system a long time ago. They won't even allow you to pray openly in school anymore. They've taken Bibles away. You can't really sit down and have a special moment and pray to your God. Not your God in that there's a different God, but I'm saying individuals praying to God in general. You can't even do that. Go figure why we have all of the issues that we do. Go figure why we have all of the drug abuse and why we have all of the murders in Chicago and various other places. Go figure why. God has been removed. But I'm not just going to blame the government per se, even though it should take and handle all of the brunt of what I just said, because it's primarily responsible for all of the things that trickle down. But I'm talking to the individuals that's listening to me right now, the individual moms, dads, children, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, grandmothers and fathers, and so forth. I'm talking to all of you all of the school teachers, all of the police officers, all of the people who work in the medical associations and so forth, doctors, lawyers, whoever you might be, the average Joe, the factory worker, the restaurant worker, the waitress. I'm talking to all of you all. Where is God in your life? Have you treated your brother, your sister, as if they actually were your brother and your sister, your human family? They don't have to be a blood relative per se for you to care. Do you pray? Do you get up in the morning and acknowledge the Creator and tell Him thank you minimally for allowing you to wake up? Every single day of your life, do you do that? Do you have a conversation with the Creator? I've said this before and I'm going to tell you again. When you die, you better be asking yourself before you close your eyes for the last time, What's next? You got to ask yourself that question. What's next? Stop living presumptuously as if, nothing's going to happen to you, because somebody's died just as I was having this video somewhere on planet Earth. People are born and people die every single day, every few minutes, every second of the day. Someone's dying somewhere. But at the end of the day, where do you stand? You individuals, you people out here in our society, in our communities, where do you stand? And not only you, but the people in the government, people who hold governmental offices, be it local, state, federal. Where do you stand against the wrath of God for not following His will for humanity? Now, instant gratification, you're abusing people who have less. You're abusing poor white folks, poor black folks, people that are middle class and even down, even though the middle class is probably almost extinguished now. But all of those people in power, that 1% that's in power, abusing all of the people on the bottom. How long do you think that's going to last? The day of reckoning is coming for you. You people in the 1%. You white supremacists. You people who think the world belongs to you and that we all cannot share this same place. It wasn't given just to one man or one percentage of the population. It was given to mankind to prosper, to enjoy, to be happy. But we've turned it into something else. And I say we collectively. I haven't done it. But all of those people who have a dark heart and they have the desire to conquer, to colonize, to abuse, you've done it. So, again, the reason that we have so much crime all across America is because people have lost their relationship or never even had a relationship with the Creator, with God, with the Almighty. That's why. So look no further than that statement that I just made to you. It's not difficult. It's a shame. It is a downright shame that we want to say, well, we're going to build a wall in Mexico to keep the illegal aliens out of America. It's a shame that we say that we're going to put sanctions on this country and that country because they're not following the rules. It's a shame that we're talking about military options are not off the table. It's a shame that we're talking about we're going to go over and we're going to bomb somebody. That we're always threatening someone, talking about how powerful our military is. The only people that make those statements are people that don't know God. They're people that don't have a relationship with God. You can put up all of the walls and all of the facades and wear all the masks you want to and try to pretend that you know God and give the impression that you know God. But at the end of the day, what determines whether or not you know God is your actions and how you walk in this everyday life, or your inaction as it relates to you knowing God. Read that, what I just said. Yahweh loves you, and I love you. If you don't know God, start seeking Him today, because today could be your last day. And if you consider yourself a man or a woman and you have children, you just ought to try to introduce them to God, because they are your responsibility as well. Do what you're supposed to do and not what you think you're supposed to do. This is Brother Teacher.